Hi, Alicia.
Hey, Stace.
So I was talking to a leader the other day, and they had come through a pretty challenging situation. And one of the things that she reflected to me, kind of looking back and thinking about it, was that she wasn't quite sure what to say in the moment. And I think it was
Mm-hmm.
because there was a lot that wasn't known, and they were sort of real time trying to kind of work through an emergent situation. And it
Yes,
really made me think about leadership presence. How do we bring presence and sort of being in the moment to these moments when there's a lot of uncertainty and people are really looking to us for answers and we might not have them?
that's right. And in our last video and in part 3 of 4, we talked about, how do we just connect in a little bit with ourselves in those moments of crisis. And
Yes.
now, right, in this last part of the 4-part series, we really want to explore for a few moments what are some of the ways that you can communicate effectively. And it's not
Hmm.
so much about what to say exactly, it's more about it's more about, in some ways, sometimes how you are being while you are communicating, right?
Hmm.
Because it's really about how we as leaders can model that we're there to share some perhaps clarity or insight when there's all kinds of confusion, that we can,
Hmm.
what we're doing when we're communicating is we are helping people feel secure when they're
Yes.
anxious, when they're upset. They're sometimes, if they're um, unclear, or if there's something that has happened. I was with a group the other day, and they had some history of leadership that hadn't been completely honest with them in the past. And so they're trying
Hmm.
to recreate a new way of being together in honest, transparent ways, because when that's not happening, the mind just makes up all kinds of stories, and staff can come up with all kinds of things that just aren't true.
Right.
And, and
Right.
so we want to just share a couple of ideas about how you might approach communicating to really support your team during crisis. And this comes from Peter Myers and Shan Nick's book, As We Speak. And we just really love this, didn't we, Stacy?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. What I love about this is that it feels very logical, and sometimes the most helpful things for me are things that actually do make a lot of sense. And they really
Yes,
give just a simple formula. You don't have to answer all of these questions, but it certainly is a framework to be able to really think about what do we absolutely know and what are we not sure about, right? And
that's
be able
right.
to say both of those things. And here's what I as the leader think, or this is what I believe we should be doing next, and here's what you can do. And Alicia, I think sometimes when people are feeling like we're in a crisis, it's really helpful for someone to say, this is what you can do in this moment.
For sure, because we don't always know, or
That's right.
we want to help, and especially
Hmm.
because we work with a lot of nonprofit leaders, that
Yes.
impulse or that desire to care for other people. Like, that's the knee-jerk reaction, right? So what can I do, and what's really going to be helpful, right?
Hmm.
So what can I do? And as a leader, it's also really helpful for your team to know, well, here's what you can count on from me. Here's how
Yes.
I'm going to show up for you. And then it's also, I mean, I think we witnessed this through, of course, the entire pandemic. And, when you're in the middle of crisis and people are needing to be focused, they also sometimes need to be inspired, in the sense of, if something has gone on for a long period of time, like, why does this matter? Why
Hmm.
are we doing what we're doing? And to kind of
Hmm.
bring it back to, yeah, this is why we need to take this action, because it really matters to, the people that we're providing care or support to, for example. So it's
Absolutely.
right. So it's really kind of looking at kind of the whole message and saying, here's what I can do, here's what you can do, and here's why it matters.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think being able to just give that insight and give a little bit of guidance in those moments when things feel very out of control or chaotic, it doesn't take a lot to go a really long way to help people feel a little bit calmer and a little bit more present so they can do what needs to be done.
That's right. That's right. So we would love to hear from you. I'm Alicia Davis,
I'm Stacy Watson.
and we are the co-owners of Transformative Leadership Strategies, and we love to support you as leaders in supporting your teams. So you can email us info@tlstransforms.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.